Welcome to Two Letters Reactions. I am your host, Tasha, and today we are going to be watching Voltron, Season 7, Episode 1. So, of course, I've seen all the previous seasons. This is the only one I held off on watching for two reasons. One, of course, was that I know there's a lot of disappointment that surrounded this season, and so I was hesitant to watch it from the start. And then second, if I was going to watch it, now that I'm doing these reaction channels, I really wanted to have a reaction to it. Hopefully not a disappointed, upset reaction, but because I'm hoping that maybe since I already know what's coming, that maybe it won't affect me as much, and I can dream, right? And that maybe I'll just enjoy the storytelling elements for what they are, because I do quite enjoy this show. So the previous season was probably my favorite season. Just as a quick recap, this is how I always start these channels, quick recap, then we go to the reaction. Previous season was really all about my favorite character, which, hello, like, woo! I know I'm not wearing the wig, but Shiro! Shiro is my favorite, and that last season, Season 6, was really focused on him. It was, you know, dealing with all the clone backstory, and it ended with that big fight between Keith and Shiro. Keith eventually saved Shiro, all that good stuff. So I really, I wish I had done a reaction to that, because I probably was just an incoherent blob on the floor. Like, I loved that whole arc. Anyway, so here we go. We're gonna just jump into Season 7, Episode 1. Aside from them heading back to Earth, I don't really know what's going on this season. So, and you'll notice also, if you were in my previous reaction series, I'm trying a little bit of a different setup this time. Thanks to good old Netflix. Here we go. We're gonna watch this show. Yeah.
I've brought a special guest along with me today. I'm sure you all recognize him. He's the youngest pilot ever to lead a mission into space.
We're already starting with...
Thanks for having
me. Oh.
Shiro just broke the record for the fastest orbital velocity.
And Keith doesn't even care. He's like, I'm so over this. Let me out of this school.
Who's ready to find out if they've got what it takes?
Me.
All right. Well, in order to do that, we're going to give you a test. By
Accurate.
playing a video game.
Okay. And Keith still couldn't care less. And of course he's gonna be like bomb at it. He's gonna be so good at it. But he's not interested.
Keith made it past level 5?
Thing's gotta be broken.
Keith? He's a bit of a discipline case. I don't think he'd necessarily fit in with the rigid garrison culture. This
and of course you say that with
an
an earshot.
Highest grades in school.
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Shirogane. I don't get it. I steal your car, and you respond by helping me out?
Yeah, so you owe me one. Be at this address tomorrow at 0800 hours. You're getting a second chance.
My soul! I'm gonna spare you all going into ships, but just know I ship all the ships, so if you hear me like just squealing throughout the entire series.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Is there another way to recharge them?
They can recharge naturally given enough time and ambient energy, but that might take feeds.
There's gotta be something we can do.
Well, we are on the Deltarian belt, home to the element Fornitonium. We may be able to use it as a temporary solution. But first, we're gonna need a Yelmore.
Wait. There are Yalmors on this planet?
Yelmore? What?
Well, how do you think we find the Fornitonium?
Yells
Those
more.
Yelmores have a nose for the stuff.
Oh, his mother is precious.
He's going to be okay, Keith.
You can't imagine all he's done for me.
He rocks that white hair, by the way. For being a, whatever he's supposed to be. Is he 25? He rocks
That's
light
the
here.
Calypso, the first ship to carry astronauts to the moons of Jupiter.
It took him 3 years to get there. Longest voyage of its kind.
That's right. Reading about that mission is what made me want to be a pilot. I want to help you, Keith. I think you've got a lot of potential. But what you decide to do with that potential, it's up to you.
Their relationship is so sweet. Oh, I'm obviously Shira's my favorite. I'm a sucker for like
This looks like a
mentor
Yelmo
kind of
patch.
relationships. I love that stuff.
There's the Elmore! Wow, they're a lot uglier than I thought they'd be.
I think it's cute. You know, in a creepy, hideous sort of way, like you, Lance.
Oh,
Yelmores are extremely aggressive. Any sign of weakness and they attack.
somebody
You
give
walk
Lance
over
a
it and
hug.
make it- Oh, hi there, little fella.
Oh. This is so reminiscent of Avatar. That weird episode with the original Avatar series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, with the juice. What was that juice thing that he drinks? And then
What the quizzack just happened? It's pronounced Quiznak, and I have no idea.
Fight.
wake up,
I won't give up on you.
wake up, honey, wake up.
Bank right
Oh.
and maintain heading at 0.27 degrees. Increase elevation 15 degrees.
Oh, I'm getting dizzy. I knew I shouldn't have eaten so much. Oh, make it stop.
Oh my gosh, honey.
Keep this up, and you'll be stuck as a cargo pilot.
Yeah, Keith, you're gonna get us in trouble.
Thanks a
Doggo, what are
lot.
you doing?
My pleasure. We all know the only reason you're here
Sorry,
is because
guys.
of Shiro. I can outfly
You did
anyone
not.
in this building.
Rude.
Oh yeah, is that what Mommy and Daddy told you before you...
Oh, go, honey, go.
Hey, get up!
Sorry, guys. My doggy. He's fun to watch with me. Stop, 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 stop. Did you just knock the thing?
Keith, you can do this. I will never give up on you. But more importantly, you can't give up on yourself.
Stop. Stop.
You don't
Yeah,
even
these are all the
know me.
flashbacks from season
You're right.
6.
I don't. But sometimes we all need a hand.
Aww. Draw something. At least it was just water, right?
Keith, do you copy? Alora? Corlia, anyone?
Now they're all like split up. He's just like sitting there the whole time. That's people.
Come on, catch up!
He's like stunned. Shiro's so cool.
All right, you won this round, but I'll get you in the next race, old timer.
Old timer.
I'm
He's in his 20s.
How'd you do that dive anyway? You think I'm ready to try that?
What do you think?
He's so teacherly.
Maybe I should be patient and keep focusing on the basics first.
So you grew up out here?
Yep, just me and my pop.
He was a fireman, right?
Yeah, he was a real hero. Everyone told him not to run back into that building, but couldn't tell him anything.
Sounds like someone I know.
What? We didn't know that before,
What are
right?
those?
I don't remember hearing
Oh,
how
no.
his dad
These are just some electrostimulators to
died.
keep my muscles loose.
What's wrong with your muscles?
Nothing.
Hmm.
It's just what happens when you get to be an old timer. Come on, we should get back to the base.
Muscles? He's sick.
If he doesn't go on this mission, neither do I.
And this is interesting storytelling because that means, so Keith has known all along that whatever his sickness.
Everything okay? Iverson thinks I shouldn't be part of the mission. Called in the big guns. Admiral Sonda showed up and tried to convince Sam to remove me from the crew.
Well, maybe he's right. Maybe you shouldn't go on the mission. You'll only be putting yourself at risk.
You know how important this is to me. It's worth the risk.
Takashi, how important am I to you? Every mission, every drill, I've been right there with you. But this is more than a mission. This is your life at stake.
Don't start that again, Adam. You don't need to protect me.
I know I can't stop you. But I won't go through this again.
Again?
So if you decide to go, don't expect me to be here when you get back.
Oh!
I've got a class to teach.
You gotta talk through your stuff. You gotta talk through it, dears, not stonewall each
I
other.
can't believe we're doing this.
Are you
Cheers.
sick or something?
I'm not sure I follow you.
Tell me the truth. Tell me what's wrong. I'm not a little kid. I can handle it.
I have a disease, and it's getting worse. I'll only be able to maintain my peak condition for a couple more years. After that, the garrison doesn't want me up there.
Muscles may be atrophy.
Neither does Adam.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm going on the mission.
So this episode kind of, did what I expected, that it was setting up, what's to come, and Shiro's relationship with Adam. We still didn't get a lot more, what am I trying to say? What was portrayed of that relationship was already the things that had been hinted at in the previous season, as far as, we saw glimpses of that conversation where they were, Adam was sitting at the seat, the bar stool thing or whatever against the counter, and Shiro was on the couch or the seat, and we'd seen glimpses of that in the previous season. And so this time, or actually no, it must have been just a preview, I think, not even the previous season. I think it was just in a preview for this season. So we got to at least have some context for that conversation, and we know now that Shiro has a disease that I'm assuming it's something to do with his muscles atrophying, and he was going to go off. It's setting up the that Kerberos mission, I guess. It's showing you how he came to be on Kerberos in the first place. So Adam obviously didn't want him to go, probably just for fear of, because of him being sick, he doesn't want him to die. Which, on the one hand, yeah, I get it. That's kind of a realistic portrayal of when you really, really care about somebody, and you really love somebody, that you don't want, you don't want harm to come to them. You don't want them to get hurt. So it's understandable that, Adam would feel hesitant about Shiro going on this trip, but it's also, and that's also part of navigating relationships, is that's Shiro's career. It's what he wants to be doing. So with this sickness, if he is only given, so much time left to be able to function, have his body function the way that he wants it to, then, who is Adam to tell him that he can't, or not to go, or all that stuff. Realistically, they should probably just have a conversation about it, but maybe they already have, and we're just seeing the aftermath of that, and it became an argument, evidently. Other stuff, too, is Keith. We're getting a lot of background, right, on Keith and Shiro's relationship, and how Keith was a problem child, which we've already sort of known that from the very first season. We knew that he didn't conform to whatever was expected of him in that school. And but we got to see how Shiro really stepped in, right? Shiro saw the behavior, but he felt that probably that Keith was, one of the best students in that group. And I feel like that's part of what it means to be a good teacher or be a good mentor, is you recognize that in someone and then you try to help them. try to, whatever, not counseling. I'm not talking about counseling, but some kind of guidance to help them figure out maybe what they want to be doing and what those barriers are that are stopping them from achieving their goals, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So all the other stuff, it was fun to see all the other characters, but, the real meat, I think, of this episode was just showing us that background, just showing us the relationships between Keith and Shiro, and then Shiro and Adam. So I quite enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So I will see you guys at episode 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.